Welcome to today's Explainer. We're going to dive into something that, let's be honest, probably gives you a little spike of low-grade anxiety every single morning, your email inbox. If you've ever opened your email and just felt this massive wave of overwhelm wash over you before you've even had a sip of coffee, well, you're absolutely in the right place. 120. According to research from the Harvard Business Review, that's exactly how many emails the average professional gets hit with every single day. To put that into perspective, that adds up to an astonishing 11 hours a week just sorting through the inbox. Think about that. Literally more than an entire standard workday each week is just lost to reading, categorizing, and replying to messages. So it really begs the question, is email actually a curse or is it a boon? I mean, it was designed to make our lives easier, right? But somehow it often turns into this constant, steady drip of interruptions that absolutely drains our attention and completely compromises our focus. Today, let's figure out how we can flip the script and turn this overwhelming daily chore back into the powerful, streamlined communication tool it was originally meant to be. Let's kick things off with Section 1, the evolution of electronic mail, from time-sharing to a global standard. To truly get why we are so overloaded today, it really helps to look backward for a second. Electronic mail was historically built for reliability, not for the instant, real-time speed we expect now. It started way back in 1965 as this simple messaging system on shared mainframes at MIT. Then, in 1971, ARPANET introduced that iconic @ symbol we use all day long. By 1983, the SMTP protocol was implemented to standardize everything. But the real game changer was 1995. That's when commercial internet traffic restrictions ended and email absolutely exploded into the massive global system we rely on today. And that history brings us to a really important concept: the store and forward model. Because it relies on this specific telecommunications technique, email is fundamentally asynchronous. You don't have to be online at the exact same time as the sender for them to get a message to you, which is fantastic for flexibility, especially across global time zones, but it's also exactly what creates these massive backlogs. The messages just sit there at an intermediate station, patiently waiting and piling up until you finally log in to your final destination. Moving on to Section 2. Taming your inbox and strategies to eliminate overwhelm. Okay, let's break down a solid 3-step strategy to take back control. First up, eliminate the clutter. You've got to reduce the raw volume coming in, so unsubscribe from those newsletters you never read and set up strict spam filters. Second, create a super minimal folder or label system. Skip the crazy elaborate filing systems, just use some color-coded labels for active projects so you can see what needs attention at a glance. Third, and this is absolutely non-negotiable if you want to focus, set scheduled processing times. Seriously, stop leaving your inbox open all day. Batch your tasks by checking it at, say, 9 a.m., 1 p.m., and 4 p.m. It drastically reduces context switching. And hey, since we're talking about streamlining your work emails, this is where a tool like NotebookLM becomes a fantastic partner. Instead of drowning in long email chains, it all starts in the source panel. You can use it to summarize massive threads, or even turn your meeting notes into clear action items by generating a study guide to keep track of key deliverables right from your inbox. All right, Section 3, Anatomy of a Perfect Email, getting straight to the point. So this comparison from the MIT CommLab beautifully hits the nail on the head. A really good, well-structured email is purpose first. Look at the bad example on the left. It dumps heavy background context right at the top, and the actual request is completely buried at the very end. People are just going to skim that and miss the point entirely. The good email on the right, it front-loads the specific request right away, followed by the optional context. You state your purpose immediately. And if you ever want some help crafting these perfect replies, NotebookLM is amazing for this. To get the most out of it, try uploading your drafts, previous emails, project documents, or even your company style guide right into the source panel. It synthesizes all that complex info to help you draft professional replies that perfectly match your on-brand tone. And if you don't even have files ready, you can use its fast research to pull up some high-quality professional email templates to help you get started. Of course, sometimes the purpose of your email is to deliver difficult news or negative feedback. When you got to do this, try employing the psychological sandwich method. It's pretty straightforward. You start with something good, like a genuine compliment on their hard work. Then you deliver the negative criticism or information in the middle. Finally, you end on a positive note again. This totally softens the tone and helps ensure your feedback is received constructively rather than defensively. Next up is Section 4, Tone and Etiquette, Professional Communication Rules. Okay, here are a few golden rules of etiquette you should definitely keep in mind. First, always write clear, direct subject lines, because that's literally how people decide whether to open your email. Keep your font classic and simple. Arial, size 12, and black is perfect.
Use formal greetings and friendly sign-offs. Please be extremely cautious with reply all. Nobody wants to read emails from 20 people that have absolutely nothing to do with them. Never use all caps because in the digital world, that's just yelling. And here's a fantastic practical tip. Always add the recipient's email address last. It prevents you from accidentally firing off an email before you've actually finished proofreading it. A few more quick, essential rules. Keep conversations organized by using threads. Just hit reply instead of starting a brand new message so the context stays intact. Respect everyone's privacy by using BCC for large lists so you don't expose private email addresses. Always explicitly mention your attachments in the body of the email so they don't get missed. To check your tone, try reading your email out loud to yourself before hitting send. Without vocal cues, it's super easy to sound abrupt by accident. And remember this above all else, nothing is truly confidential. Work email belongs to your organization, so always write assuming someone else might see it. Which brings us to Section 5, the golden rule, navigating emotional emails.
When angry, click Save, not Send. This might be the most crucial etiquette rule of all. If you get an email that makes your blood boil and you find yourself furiously typing out a response, you need to stop. Save the draft, or even better, type it out in a completely separate Word document. Walk away for a full 24 hours. Only review and send it once you've completely calmed down. Because remember, once an email is out there in the world, you absolutely cannot take it back. Your professional reputation is just too valuable. As we wrap up today's explainer, I want to leave you with one final thought. Your inbox is waiting for you right now. Will it control your day, or will you control it? Try taking these strategies back to your desk today. Between batching your reading times, front-loading your requests, and maybe letting a tool like NotebookLM handle some of the heavy lifting, just ask yourself, how many hours could you save this week by completely shifting your approach? Thanks so much for joining me, and happy emailing.